When you are stuck, you do not need more guilt. You need a reset. Procrastination is often not laziness, it is emotional friction. And 3 simple steps can break a spiral faster than overthinking ever will. We've all been there. That moment when you feel utterly paralyzed, staring at a task, a goal, or even just a choice, and the only thing moving is your inner critic. When people feel stuck, they often do the worst possible thing. They attack themselves. They say, "I am behind. I should be better than this. Why do I keep doing this? What is wrong with me? I always ruin momentum." And that inner attack? It makes the state even heavier. More shame, more resistance, more delay. That's why a profound yet simple reset matters. We get stuck not because we lack capability, but because we hit psychological barriers. Fear of failure, the trap of perfectionism, analysis paralysis, and feeling completely overwhelmed by the sheer size of what needs to be done. These are the forces that keep us frozen. Your notes give us a very simple, yet incredibly powerful, reset sequence. 1. Forgive yourself. 2. Ask what your future self would do. 3. Just get started. This sequence is powerful because it cuts through 3 things that keep people frozen: shame, confusion, inertia. Let's break it down. Step 1. Forgive yourself. This matters more than people realize. Because when you don't forgive yourself, you keep dragging old emotion into the current moment. You don't just feel stuck about today. You feel the weight of every other moment you think you failed. That builds pressure. Forgiveness is not letting yourself off the hook forever. It is releasing the emotional weight that keeps you from moving now. It says, "Okay, I see it. I got off track, I delayed, I spiraled, I made it heavier than it needed to be, and now I release that." That is powerful, because shame rarely creates clean action. It usually creates hiding. Step 2. Ask what your future self would do. This is one of the fastest ways to interrupt the old identity. Because the current stuck version of you will usually ask, "What do I feel like doing?" And the answer is usually, nothing. But your future self does not answer from mood. Future you answers from alignment. Future you would make the call, take the walk, open the laptop, send the email, drink the water, do the rep, face the thing, start. That question shifts you from who you have been to who you are becoming. And that matters, because change happens when identity leads action. Step 3. Just get started. Not perfectly, not massively, just started. This is where a lot of people lose momentum because they think the first move needs to be huge. It does not. You do not need to finish the project. You need to begin the motion. Open the document. Write 1 line. Walk for 5 minutes. Reply to 1 message. Clean 1 corner. Make 1 decision. Why? Because action breaks the spell. The hardest part is usually not the task itself. It is the resistance before the task. Once you move, the energy changes. This is why the reset works so well. Forgiveness clears the emotional fog. Future self creates direction. Starting creates momentum. That is it. Simple. Not always easy, but powerful. And the more often you use it, the faster you recover. That is what real growth looks like. Not never getting thrown off. Recovering faster when you do. A lot of people think powerful people never procrastinate, never wobble, never spiral. That is not true. Powerful people often just interrupt the pattern sooner. They do not let 1 bad hour become a bad week. They do not let 1 setback become an identity. They do not let temporary heaviness become permanent self-concept. That is what this reset protects you from. So the next time you feel frozen, try this. Forgive yourself. Ask what future you would do. And move in 5 seconds. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Because momentum is built in moments like that. If this helped, I want to hear from you. Comment below with forgive, ask, start. And make sure you follow Prestige Ascent for more content on mindset, emotional rewiring, and becoming the version of you who moves with power. Let's start moving forward, together.